That's right, lots of clear skies out there, and finally fall-like temperatures. I've got the windows open, pretty nice out there. Probably will have to close them tonight because it is going to get chilly in quite a few spots as well. As we take a look at the radar right now, sweeping clear across eastern Virginia and North Carolina. And even 4:15 this morning, just the last vestiges of Michael working its way off towards the east-northeast. Lots of clear skies as we went through the day today. We are tracking a little bit of a reinforcing shot of some cooler air back over parts of Indiana and Illinois. That'll slide through here during the first half of the day tomorrow, giving us a couple of clouds and maybe an isolated sprinkle or two. Let's time it out here with Futurecast. First, through the rest of the evening, looking at those winds coming in out of the northwest and temperatures that'll be dropping just a little bit as we get towards the 7 o'clock hour, around 60 degrees in Franklin, mid-60s along the coastline, and clear skies will continue for some of the high school football games. I know some of them have been moved to tomorrow night, but notice those temperatures at 9 o'clock into the 50s, and by tomorrow morning, we're looking at some 40s likely in some inland spots. Also notice a little bit more in the way of cloud cover working its way in as we start the day on Saturday. We'll say partly sunny skies, an isolated chance of a sprinkle or two, maybe in a couple of locations off towards the north, but skies will become mostly sunny into the afternoon. A very fall-like day. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s to around 70 degrees. And then another chilly evening tomorrow evening with mainly clear skies. Temperatures dropping back even lower. Notice even some low 40s as we start the day on Sunday. 43 Franklin, Husky, Emporia. Temperatures in the mid 50s along the coastline, and we'll look for partly sunny skies as we go through the day on Sunday. The winds shift direction a little bit, so temperatures will kick up just a few more degrees, still below normal for this time of year, up to around 69 or 70 for your Sunday. I want to talk about the tropics again. Of course, here's what's left of Michael quickly working its way towards the north and east. And then out in the far eastern Atlantic, we still have Leslie that's been around for, gosh, what seems like almost 3 weeks. It was back on September 23rd that Leslie formed. And we really didn't talk much about Nadine, which formed here east of the Cabo Verde Islands. That's just sort of working its way in and sort of falling apart. But again, things are starting to look a little bit quieter through the tropics now, and that's certainly some good news. I know a lot of people appreciate that. Beautiful shot from the Norfolk Botanical Garden this afternoon. 71 degrees, north winds at 8 miles per hour, humidity 42%, dew point 47 degrees, so very fall-like out there. 70 degrees in Chesapeake, 68 in Gloucester, 66 Surrey, a little bit warmer down in Hertford, 75 degrees, 75 in Elizabeth City and Gatesville, 68 in Hampton, and 66 in Wachapreque. So for tonight, mainly clear and chilly, 53 degrees, though some upper 40s in those inland spots. Northwest winds 4 to 8 miles per hour. Partly sunny skies to start the day tomorrow. That slight chance of an isolated sprinkle. Then mostly sunny skies into the afternoon. 67 degrees. Mainly clear. 50 degrees tomorrow night. I think there'll even be some mid 40s. Well inland with a light north wind and increasing clouds on Sunday. 69 degrees. Slight chance of a shower as we head through the afternoon. A little better chance as we get into Sunday evening and into Monday. Chance of a shower or two. 80 degrees, so a warm up for one day. Another cold front moves in Monday night. That'll give us a few showers. Tuesday into Wednesday would drop those temperatures once again. 65 degrees on Tuesday, 70 on Wednesday, 66 Thursday, and 68 on Friday.